India has fast-tracked emergency approvals for foreign COVID vaccines after the country recorded the world's biggest surge of cases in a month. India has so far administered more than 106 million jabs, but many states are running short of supplies. Joining me live now is Dr. Mugdha Tapadiya from Delhi in India. Thanks for your time. Just going to the scope of the issue right now. So, a million cases in a week in India. How bad is the COVID situation in terms of the cases and deaths at the moment as well?
The COVID situation is really bad. We are getting a steep rise in the cases every day. There is a continuous rise in spite of the vaccination, and people are getting COVID after the vaccination as well.
So I know at the moment there are a few shortages. I'll get to vaccine at the moment, but it's so acute. There are oxygen shortages, and yet there's also a bit of a reluctance to have a full lockdown because the economic impact of the big lockdown previously in the country was so harsh. Is that debate going on in the country right now about what should be done?
Yeah, there is a lot of discussion going on. There have been partial restrictions put in certain states or in a district where the number of cases are rising exponentially. There is a discussion going on. The past experience with the economic impact has been very high, and that's what is holding the regulators back to slip into a complete lockdown.
So the vaccine issue then, more than 100 million vaccinated in 85 days. It's a lot of people, it's done quickly, and yet, to get to the population, back of an envelope, we're talking about more than 2 years. So that's the race here for India, I suppose. How is the rollout going?
So the rollout is fast. After this rise of cases, people who were reluctant to take the vaccine have become open to take the vaccine and are queuing up for the vaccine. But the vaccine shortage is we are seeing that in few part of country. In rest of the country, we see it upcoming if the supply is not restored immediately.
India makes its own vaccines, but it's going to need some from overseas as well. What's the situation? Are you going to be able to get access to enough? How long are we talking to get the vaccine rollout done?
So the rollout to the exports actually has been stopped since 25th March for the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, which is produced by Serum Institute of India, because they want to give. But because of the export ban from US, there is a short supply of the raw material, and if that gets restored, then the vaccine supply or the vaccine production will enhance, and then the vaccine supply will get restored. There are vaccines available. There is shortage, but there are still vaccine available. But to meet with the enhanced need, there has to be increased supply of the vaccine.
Just finally, is it frustrating? You mentioned AstraZeneca there, that other countries have stopped exporting it, even though they're reluctant to use it, some of these countries. India, in its acute crisis, from what you said there, would be using it. Is that a frustration? Does that need to be looked at?
I don't think there is a frustration. People have understood the result. In fact, the result which has come from US is very promising with the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine. So people are open to using or taking this jab as well.